Hi there, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa, from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages as a general reading, so the rules might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? How are you guys doing, Gemini? Okay, let's see. Take a deep breath now. There you go. So in this reading, Gemini, it's going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your overall energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? You lost your shit in the past. I'm sorry for my language, but I don't know, I feel that I'm one of the signs that I'm most comfortable of whenever I do a reading, especially on YouTube, is actually Gemini. So I feel like I'm always being myself around Gemini. Maybe because my mom is also Gemini. But anyway, in your overall energy, you have the Hermit. What's challenging, you have the Three of Pentacles, and you also have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel that in this present moment, you're trying to, as much as you could, understand yourself a little bit better and asking questions about who you are as a person, what motivates you, just you know what I mean? You just want to understand yourself like a lot better, because the challenges here, especially in regards to relationship, has a lot to do with you finding that you tend to have this tendency of giving more than the other person is willing to give. And there is a situation here in which you're starting to lose faith, because the overall challenge is the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, where you're starting to lose faith about whether or not this is going to be a relationship that is going to be your life story, whether or not it's actually worth collaborating, compromising, worth investing in, okay? Now, in the past, you have the Strength card in reverse, and you also have the Queen of Wands. From their side, they have the Queen of Pentacles and also the Eight of Cups. I feel that in the past, you started to found your voice, your confidence back. And again, with the Strength card in reverse, there are certain things. The thing is that when we shrink ourselves and we find ourselves having this energy of Queen of Wands, we're rising, right? There are times where we started to realize that, oh my God, like I've been tolerating things way too much here. And I feel that in the past there with the Strength in reverse, there's a situation where you've been exercising tons of patience, but you just like, yeah, I've been tolerating this too much, and you let it all out. Now, this person in the past didn't really like that. They didn't really like the fact that you started to be confident. You started to think about yourself more. You started to put yourself first. You start to put up boundaries. You start to speaking up about what your needs and desires are. This person doesn't like it, okay? Because they feel that the thing about Queen of Pentacles, although it's one of the most reliable energy in a way that it's always there. It's always helpful. It's always there. But one of the downside of the Queen of Pentacles is the inability to change. So, especially Earth energy, especially if you guys are dealing with an Earth energy like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they don't really like that kind of like change of energy. It freaks them out. I have a niece who is a Capricorn. Her moon is in Scorpio. She always have this anxiety attacks, and I always ask her, like, what is it that you're anxious about? Like, how can you be that anxious? It's just that I tend to think that when things change, everything will fall apart. And even though I know that I could solve it, but I need to have that panic attack first. So I feel that whoever it is that you're dealing with in the past, especially if you guys are dealing with Earth sign, they didn't really like the change in energy, and they didn't really like the change in dynamic. Although it's good for you, it freaks them out, okay? And they wanted to, like, okay, no, this is not emotionally fulfilling for me. This is not something that I want to be dealing with right now. Now, in the present moment, you have the Death and also the Fool card. This week and also next week is going to be very prominent for you because of all of these major arcana that is showing up in your reading. Because you're closing a chapter, you're taking a giant leap of faith towards something. We're going to clarify in a moment. If you're single and ready to mingle, I feel that it's either you have met someone or you're going to be meeting someone in the future. This person in the present moment, they have the Two of Wands and also the Three of Wands. They're watching you from a distance. There is something here about them either being intimidated or being a bit scared and approaching you. So they just wanted to see, like, how are you guys doing? Like, are you still in the same energy that you were in the past, or are you back and shrinking yourself? In overcompensating, over collaborating, over compromising. So they're kind of like watching you from afar in the present moment. Now, in the future, you have the Ten of Pentacles and you also have the Eight of Pentacles. From this person's side, they have the Judgment and they also have the Nine of Swords. Whoever it is that you're dealing with in the past is going to overthink a lot about this connection, because the changes that started way back in the past is not going to change. You know what I mean? Like, the energy keeps on building up. It's not going down again. And I feel that there's something about you either working on yourself so that you could manifest, or you could align your frequency to meet your match, or you're going to be meeting someone that you're going to be building a very happy relationship with, and this person is going to see it. But if you're not single and ready to mingle, and that's not what you're looking for, you have more standard about Ten of Pentacles, about what is it that you would want to have, what is it that you're willing to tolerate, and what is it that you're willing to invest when it comes to relationship. Okay, now let's clarify your reading here, Gemini. I want to clarify the Two of Wands and the Death card from your side in the present moment. This person got hurt, you know, with these changes that you have on yourself. Two of Wands clarified by the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and also the Death card. They're aware of the fact that things cannot be the same as it was. But they're just seeing, like, is it really? You could be dealing with an Aquarius. This is kind of similar with Aquarius reading in their extended. Okay, so the Death card from your side, clarified by the Moon, the King of Swords, and also the Two of Wands. Oh, you both are observing one another. But in a different way, because this person is observing you because they're trying to decide what to do next. From your side, you're much more open to any type of new opportunities that is in the horizon. But you don't want to be dealing with things that makes you question or makes you anxious anymore. You see the Two of Wands in this deck of mine is very interesting because he is bound to those wands. So yeah, a part of you is still bonded to this person's energy, but there's also a part of you that starts to see the world, the outside world, or you're getting out of your bubble. Let's clarify the Three of Wands and the Fool card in the present moment. Yeah. Okay. Three of Wands, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and also the Seven of Wands. There's so much resistance coming from this person. And again, it stems from the place of the resistance to change. Again, I really love the Queen of Pentacles energy in a reading, but sometimes, again, the negative aspect of the Queen of Pentacles is, you know, I don't know how it is in your culture, but like in my culture, like there are older women who are still like, just be a good girl, just be a good boy, just perform, you know what I mean? Like only caring about the practical and the pragmatic aspect of the relationship without wanting to touch base on how does that makes one feel. So there is a lack of accountability that I'm seeing from this person, where I do not see them necessarily reflecting on themselves. There is a resistance to do that. They just want to be consistent, be giving. Okay, what do you want? You want me to be consistent in showing up physically in this relationship? I'd do it. You want what? Gift me, buying you more gifts, or you want more what? Like holidays? Like I'll do it. Like they're much more concerned about that kind of stuff. But in reflecting, in introspecting, in taking some sort of accountability, there's like a lot of resistance to that. They could actually get quite defensive when it comes to that as well. And I feel that I don't need to tell you that, because I feel that you're aware of that anyway. But from your side, the Fool clarified by the Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and also the Four of Cups. It goes back and forth. It's interesting because a part of you and the energy around you, you know, the universe is actually pushing you towards the directions in which you need to close a cycle. I'm not saying that you need to close a relationship, but there's something unhealthy here about you not being yourself in this relationship. And the universe is really wanting you to explore yourself a little bit more. But there's also like a lot of hesitancies coming from your side about whether or not you should do it. It's more about, like, can you imagine someone who was stuck in a house for quite some time, and they just discover a window to the outside world, and they're like, oh, well, like I'm actually curious about the outside world, but I'm gonna wait till I come out of the house to explore the outside world. So I feel that that's your energy in the present moment, where you're like, okay, so there is an outside world. I'm interested in exploring that for myself. It not necessarily mean that you need to find a replacement. No, I'm excited about exploring that kind of world, but I'm going to wait for me to actually, you know, walk down the stairs and go out and explore it. You know what I mean? And I feel that this is you. But the universe is really like pushing you to do that. Like you would find yourself being exposed to like a lot of new things here this week and also next week here, Gemini. Let's clarify the future. I want to clarify the Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel that for the majority of you, you're going to find someone new. Someone that you've been manifested. It could actually be someone with a heavy Aries in their chart, or a Capricorn or an Aquarius, or a Gemini, or someone with Mercury in their first house, or a Gemini rising or a Virgo rising. Okay, that's enough. But in the future, I do see, if you're not open to it, if you're not single and ready to mingle, I just feel that there's going to be a helping hand in the future with the signs that I mentioned that is going to help you heal. The Lovers does talks about a connection, but it also talks about, you know, when you're having a conversation with someone and then something just clicks on you, like, oh yeah, I should do this. You know what I mean? Like they are making sense of your situation by talking to you in a certain type of way, getting that mental stimuli to give you the clarity that you needed. I feel that that's something that is going to happen to you in the future. So it's either that or you're going to be meeting someone new. especially if you've been having a little bit of a communication issues with your emails or something, like it's going to get fixed, then it's going to make you feel better and be more optimistic in regards to life and in regards to relationship. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. I swear to God, I think most of you are going to find someone new and this person is going to know it. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles from your side. Hierophant, yeah. Hierophant, Eight of Cups, and also the Page of Cups. Make sure that you heal first, okay? Because when you're just trying to replace someone with another, warm body, you're not doing the necessary reflection that is required for you to attract something that is healthier for you. But Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, and also the Page of Cups. Again, if you are single and you're looking, I feel that you're going to be meeting someone really soon that is going to be making you able to walk away from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. I see you leaving behind not only a person, but also a certain type of environment or group of people, or a friend that you feel that it's no longer matching the frequency that you would like to operate in. So I see an elevation in energy from your side, because in the present moment, there's like a lot of hesitancies in exploring the outside world. Whereas in the future, you're just going to be doing it by default. Like, this is something that feels right for me to do, and I'm just going to do it. Now, from this person's side, the Nine of Swords, clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and also the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, regret. Heartbreaks, feeling abandoned, but they're not going to show it. Not with the Seven of Swords right there. So many resistance. But again, if that's not the case and you're not wanting to leave this person, it's more about the energy of you focusing on the kind of life that you want to be building and distancing yourself from energy that you feel no longer aligns. And they would probably assume that you would have someone else. And the changes that you've been doing in the past up to the future is going to hurt them by a lot. But again, like, they're not really going to show it to you. Okay. Let's pull some advice card for you. I want to pull one from the Oracle first. Don't let pride get in your way. That's interesting. Okay, what's the advice for Gemini? Okay. You know what's interesting is that when don't let pride get in your way, this could be a message to the person that you're dealing with. But for me, I don't know why, when I was pulling this card, don't let pride get in your way of your fear of being seen trying. You know what I mean? Because I feel that oftentimes we have this tendency to stop ourselves from exploring something new or starting like a new project, something like that. It's because we have this fear of being seen trying. Because what if I fail? I'm going to be so embarrassed. I'm going to be so ashamed. What will people think of me? Don't let that get in your way, Gemini, okay? Again, like I said, the universe is fully supporting you to open these new doors of opportunity for yourself. Now, in regards to these connections, Eight of Pentacles, the Death card, and also the Page of Wands, this is the After Tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Right Way Tarot, but Eight of Pentacles talks about this man has finished his work and now he's admiring what he's doing. And I feel that you need to be very proud and pat yourself in the back about how far you've come. Like if you were to be comparing yourself now in comparison to how you were a month ago, or maybe like 3 months ago or a year ago, you should be proud. So instead of like, why nothing is happening to me? Actually, a lot of things happen to you. You just don't realize it. You just haven't been feeling proud of yourself lately. Okay? Now with the Death and also the Page of Wands, let the change happen. Let the change happen. Let closed door be closed door. Good things are coming your way, okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Gemini. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Have a great day, guys. I love you.